Good morning, boys and girls. I miss you guys, and I hope you are enjoying spending some time with your family, washing your hands a lot, and taking time to practice your skills at home. This morning we had a Zoom, and I noticed only 12 were able to join us. So, in case you weren't able to join us, I was going to share what we talked about this morning in our Zoom meeting. So we reread our book, Too Many Toys. We've read this year a few times by David Shannon. I have posted a link to this book read by the author David Shannon himself. So you may want to go back and take a listen as he rereads Too Many Toys. As I read, I want you to listen for smooth, graceful, rhythmic flow in the sentence structure. This is called alliteration. Everybody say alliteration. Yes, alliteration. Alliteration is repetition, and it's smooth, it's rhythmic. You're going to listen for repetition and listen for that alliteration as David Shannon reads his book, Too Many Toys. Also, this morning we went over some reading strategies that we've talked about this year and that we put in our reading journals. I know they are at school, but I wanted to remind you of those reading strategies. So I'm sure you all have a book that you are reading to keep those skills fresh and keep practicing those. Those reading strategies I wanted to remind you of course, is the 5-finger retail. And remember, when we use the 5-finger retail, we draw our hand and we label each finger: characters, setting, problem, events, solution. And remember, the middle of our hand, we try to think about what it reminds us of in our own lives. Okay? So those are some reading 5-finger retail is one reading strategy. Another is asking questions. We should always stop and ask ourselves questions as we read. Don't forget STP. That's what we practiced this morning as well as we read. Stop. Well, let's say if you're reading and you don't remember what you read, go back, of course, and reread it. And stop. Think about what you read and paraphrase. Put it in your own words and try to remember what you're reading. Also, visualize like a TV in your mind. If there are no illustrations, try to visualize what you are reading as you read. Also, make a prediction and summarize. So those are some reading strategies I wanted to remind you guys of as you are practicing at home. And use this book to look for and listen for some alliteration. Also, at the end of our meeting, we answered this question. Do you agree or disagree, and why? Do you think the house, Spencer's house, is unsafe? Is it an unsafe place to live? Yes or no? And then tell why you feel the way you do. What should be done about Spencer's house? What should be done to make it a safe place if you think it is an unsafe place to live? So that is really summarizing what we talked about this morning in our Zoom meeting. If you guys are able to make it, I'm going to set up another Zoom tomorrow at 10:30, and we will meet again and review some geometry skills that we started. We are actually in the last chapter of math when we left off at school, and we only had like 4 lessons left. But I want to go back and review the geometry that we've already covered and just do that for tomorrow. So I'll set up another Zoom meeting. If you guys are able to join us, we'd love to see you there. And you all take care and know I love you and I miss you. Bye-bye.